Hey folks, Colin here from Sumthins Recording, and today I'm going to show you one trick for getting big drum sounds with parallel compression. Today we're going to explore how to get a big drum sound when you're using parallel compression. But before we dive in, if you are looking to dial in a repeatable workflow for getting professional sounding drum mixes, then I want you to go through my 3-step framework for mixing drums workshop. This workshop is going to walk you through the 3-step process that I use on almost every single one of my mixes to get professional sounding drum mixes right from your home studio. It is a 100% free to watch, on-demand video training, and you can get access to it by clicking the link below in the video description. Now let's jump in here and take a look at this drum sound. I'm going to play you the drums inside the mix here, and then of course I'll solo them up so you can hear the drums by themselves. Then we're going to explore using parallel compression, and then we're going to talk about how to get a big drum sound when you're using parallel compression. So not only is parallel compression one way, we can expand upon it to go even bigger and even further. So here's the drums inside this mix here, and then I'll solo them up so you can hear them as well. I can't take anymore. So you can hear we've got a nice fat drum sound. It's a nice live kit, but I want to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit more impactful inside the mix here. So how do we do that? First thing we're going to do is we're going to go with some parallel compression here. So I'm going to add a bus channel right next to my drums here. We're going to call it Drum Crush. So that'll be our parallel drum compression bus. We'll color it white and send it into our mix bus. And then from our drum bus here, we're going to send a complete copy over to our drum crush. So we're sending from our drum bus into our drum crush, full volume here. So now our drum crush is pretty much just an exact copy of our drum bus. Now from here, of course, we are going to compress it. So I'm going to pull in a compressor here, and I think we're going to go with, let's try the classic comp here and see what we can get with this. So we'll go 100 millisecond recovery, we'll go 4:1, and we'll start to pull our threshold down, see what we can get. That's nice. You get that nice sucky sound from the kick drum attack, and then our snare gets really, really tight as well. Kind of messy sounding, but that's okay. That's what you're going to get with parallel compression sometimes. So listen one more time before and after with just our compressor here. Focus on how we get more attack oriented when we kick the compressor in. So we'll start without it, and we'll kick it in. Cool, now from here, we're gonna go a step further. This is how you take parallel compression and make it even bigger and make it even fatter. And what you do is you put an EQ after your compressor here. Now I think I wanna go with, let's actually do the Alpine EQ here. So we'll do a low shelf and a high shelf here. And we might try 100 and 5K here. And maybe we'll try without two. So maybe we'll try without a shelf and then with a shelf on each one here. So let's see what we can do with this Alpine EQ. So see what we're doing here? A little cut in the middle and then a nice big healthy boost on each end of the spectrum here. And now we have a really fat, really present drum sound. So we're doing a little cut, 2 dB at 400 hertz here. So pulling out some of that extra mud that comes up from the overcompression from our parallel compression. Then we're doing a 4 dB boost at 50 hertz, so giving us a lot of nice big low end, and then a 4 dB boost at 7K here to bring up all that presence on the top end, bring up some of the click on the kick, as well as the nice air we get, that nice pop from the snare drum. So now we have a really big, really fat sounding parallel compression chain. We can pull this down and let's mix it in with our original drum sound here in the track. Right around there, about -16, -15 is where I start to hear it. I felt like I was getting more kick than snare, so I bumped the top boost at 7K up on the parallel compression chain to about a 6 dB boost here. That gave us more of the pop from the snare. Now it feels like we're adding an even amount of low end power and top end presence to our drum sound here. So let's throw it inside the full mix here and listen one more time and A/B it. So listen to the difference with and without this fat parallel chain in. So if you need some extra power on your drums here and you want to get a big fat drum sound, duplicate your drum bus or send to an alternate bus here. Do some parallel compression first. So I'm using this classic 33609 style compressor, the Neve style compressor, 4:1 ratio, 100 millisecond recovery, doing about 7 to 10 dB compression. That emphasizes the attack on our drums. Then the secret is using this EQ afterwards to make it fat and to get that presence on the top end with our 2 boosts here. Then we pull it up underneath and we get that big and fat drum sound. I hope that was helpful for you. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you are ready to take your drum mixes to the next level and really dial in a repeatable workflow for cranking out professional sounding drum mixes, then I want you to go through my 3-step framework for mixing drums workshop. You can get free access to it by clicking the link below in the video description, and you will learn a repeatable workflow for getting professional drum mixes. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next video.